that stuff. Yeah! There's two kinds of fun. There's things and there's stuff, and they just cannot get a...
So, reading this book, Without Miracles, Universal Selection Theory and the Second Darwinian Revolution, by a guy named Gary Cziko, and published by MIT, I think. It's a well-produced book, tight binding, heavy paper, one of those academic sort of tomes. It's actually very interesting. The structure that runs through the whole book is basically discussing fit and adaptation in the natural world through the lens of providence, the lens of instruction, and the lens of selection. And, if you want to bother to look into this more, you can find out more about what he means by those terms. But I've got to tell you, this book is snobby to the extreme. In that he and I think really the collegial atmosphere that he's in, they have no tolerance for other ways of thinking. They accept and they're fine that people think differently than they do, but they think very, very little of those folks. And it's interesting to see how he misrepresents a lot of Christian writers and thinkers, and even to some extent some Greeks. And not even necessarily talking about evolutionary things, just philosophical things. That's not at all what Augustine or Aristotle was saying, and you're a bit of a jackass for thinking it. But anyway, all that's unfounded. You can read the book if you want to, and then you'll you can know whether I'm right or not. And I can try to back that up. The reason I'm making this video is I want to read a selection from the end of a chapter, actually at the beginning. This kind of puts in a nutshell the thing, what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and read from Gary Cziko's Without Miracles. Richard Dawkins believes that if life were ever discovered elsewhere in the universe, it too would almost certainly be the product of a long series of gradual increases in adapted complexity brought about by cumulative variation and natural selection. This, he argues, is because natural selection turns out to be the only known theory that, in principle, is able to offer a natural explanation for the many puzzles of fit we observe in living things. It might be difficult to find a better test of the intelligence of any advanced extraterrestrial beings we might someday encounter than to inquire as to whether they have yet discovered the cumulative process of blind variation and selection that is responsible for their own existence. So, Cziko honestly thinks that a good way of evaluating the fitness of a species of intelligent extraterrestrial beings would be whether they've discovered the concept of evolution or not, which just blows my mind. Regardless of what the achievements of their civilizations and cultures might be, really, the way we're going to judge you is whether you've discovered the theory of evolution. I just can't quite get over the ridiculousness of that. Anyway, chalk one more up to the provincialism of the academy, and I'll just wish you peace out.